I'm one of the co-founders of Bremont. Started it with my brother Nick in 2002, and we're one of the few British watch companies. Our whole remit was to bring British watchmaking back to the UK, and not many people realise 100 years ago we were making half the world's watches and clocks in this country. You know, the world sets its time by Greenwich Mean Time. All that history was lost over 2 world wars. All our manufacturing for watches were lost, and Nick and I set out on this sort of mad escapade all those years ago to bring watchmaking back here. The love for our watches really began with our father. He's an amazing guy. He's a PhD aeronautical engineer from Cambridge who had amazing talent for building things. So he built a boat we lived on, he restored old cars, built aircraft, but had this passion for watches and clocks. So he grew up in a workshop trying to fix them, and tragic events for us happened in 1995. My brother and father were practicing for an air display and they crashed, and Dad died instantly, and Nick broke over 30 bones in intensive care for many months. And coming out of that was really a tipping point for us, where we decided to follow a passion and went to Switzerland for about 7 years, and learned how to build watches, brought all that supply chain back to the UK, and here we are now. I think what makes a good watch for us, and for me personally, and Bremont as a brand, is something that is classically styled. It will not look dated in 20 years, but can be used, not just on special occasions, not to be stored in your safe and never be worn, but actually every day. And that's what, in our mind, a watch is about. And so our whole Bremont DNA has come from that, and that's something, we're very proud of. I've got a selection of our watches which are all available in the stores, and every year we come out with a very historical limited edition. They take years of design from Nick and myself, and development-wise, all these limited editions have unique movements to us, and we raise a lot of funds for charity in the process. And this one is called the Hawking, working with the Hawking Foundation, the son and daughter of Stephen Hawking. And we have on this watch, it's wood from Stephen Hawking's desk, meteorite. The back of the case bag also has some paper from one of Stephen Hawking's theses in. Stephen went to school with my father and university with my father, so it's a very personal watch we've worked on here, but a percentage of the funds are going to the Stephen Hawking Foundation, to his charity. From one side of the business, our limited editions, I'll go to the Echo. So this is sort of one of our entry price point watches. 40mm case, very pretty watch. This is a sort of a nod to the classic styled pilot's watches, 3-hander with a date. Echo, named after the first aviation company to manufacture for the RAF. So we'll move on to our Supermarine collection. Supermarine was called the Supermarine collection because it's named after this aircraft behind me, the original Supermarine S6B, which was the forerunner to the Spitfire, but it was a seaplane. So we've always played on this whole air and sea, whole ethos, and these are top diving watches. Supermarine collection goes from the 200-meter water resistance, which is our Supermarine Chrono here, with the open, clear case back, all the way up to 2,000 meters, so to the professional dive watch. And it all depends on what you want to use your watch for. 300, lovely ceramic top bezel, 40mm, so it's a smaller diving watch, quite nice and thin, solid case back. But it has, as a complication, it has the GMT, second time zone, which I think as a complication is probably one of the most useful complications to have. So wherever you're traveling in the world, you always have that second time zone. All chronometer rated, so all of Bremont watches are chronometer rated. That means they get independently tested to be with it +6, -4 seconds a day. But ultimately, all our design features, we are just making mechanical watches. They're built to be worn, and styling-wise, they won't date in any way.